going to force through a no deal?
Serious, determined, but silent. The Northern Ireland Secretary not giving anything away on the latest preparations for Brexit on October the 31st. He was one of many ministers to have left the daily Whitehall meetings discussing how to insulate the UK from the fallout from a no-deal Brexit, looking ever more likely if the current standoff continues.
We're leaving on the 31st, ideally with a deal, a better deal, but if not, we're leaving anyway.
The more resolute Boris Johnson's team sound, the more intense the efforts to stop him, shaping up for a titanic clash this autumn between MPs and the government.
The question is when the decisions that are normally made over here end up with both sides reaching for lawyers and end up having to be adjudicated over here at the Supreme Court. Sky News understands that both sides have been talking to lawyers. The question that judges might have to decide is if the Johnson government and MPs remain fundamentally at loggerheads, which side has the final say?
There are two main ways for MPs to stop a no-deal Brexit. The first, to use the Fixed-Term Parliament Act to bring down the government via a vote of no confidence and force an election. If they get a majority of MPs to say they don't have confidence, then they have 14 days to find an alternative that does have one, which could include a cross-party national unity government.
If there's a preferred successor, then there is this mechanism in the Act that confidence can be voted within 14 days in an alternative government. It's not quite clear where that alternative government comes from, and that's where I think MPs need to be quite canny. They will need to express their view very clearly to the Queen.
The second option they have to stop a no-deal would be to pass legislation to tie Boris Johnson's hands to force him to seek an extension.
Any legislation that is passed is absolutely binding on the government. You know, the government is there to enact the decisions of Parliament. There's no doubt about that. It would be challenging within the timescale to get that done.
There are many bridges to cross before opponents can be confident of stopping a no-deal Brexit. Jeremy Corbyn's allies say they won't support a government of national unity, but will work with political rivals in other ways.
There are a number of parliamentary tactics that we'll be seeking to use to avoid a no-deal Brexit, ranging from working on a cross-party basis all the way through to tactical work, which I won't want to disclose today.
Boris Johnson tonight seems to be sitting pretty. He and the other Mog in his life, Jacob Rees-Mogg, seem increasingly likely to deliver no-deal Brexit. Opponents are divided on tactics, strategy and broader goals. They need to find all three, and fast, to seize back the initiative. Sam Coates, Sky News.